everyone, hope you're doing well and keeping safe. Security Chronicle welcome you to the last week of August. Let's start with the top bulletins of the week. Attacker can bypass the pins for Visa contactless cards. 28,000 unsecured printers hacked to raise awareness on printer security. Certain has issued advisory on MongoDB and Google Chrome vulnerabilities. Iranian newbie threat actors attack companies worldwide for financial gain. Indian ticketing platform's unsecured server exposed personal info of 7 lakh passengers. According to research team at Swiss Federal Institute of Technology in Zurich, has discovered a security flaw in Visa contactless cards that can be abused to bypass PIN codes. The security issue was discovered earlier this year by the researchers, and the attack can be easily mistaken for a customer paying for products using a mobile or digital wallet installed on their smartphones. Let us tell you how this attack works. A successful attack requires 4 components: 2 Android smartphones, second, a special Android app developed by a research team, and a Visa contactless card. The Android app is installed on the 2 smartphones, which will work as a card emulator and a POS point of sale emulator. The phone that emulates a POS device is put close to the stolen card, while the smartphone working as a card emulator is used to pay for goods. The entire idea behind the attack is that the POS emulator asks the card to make a payment, modify transaction details, and then sends the modified data via Wi-Fi to the second smartphone that makes a large payment without needing to provide a PIN. At the technical level, the researchers said the attack is possible because of what they describe as design flaws in EMV standard and in Visa's contactless protocol. These issues allow an attacker to alter data involved in a contactless transaction, including the fields that control transaction details and if the card owner has been verified. The researchers said they tested the attack in the real world in real stores without facing any issues. They said the attack was successful in bypassing pins on Visa's credit, Visa Electrol, and VPay cards. Researchers also said they have notified Visa of their findings but still not heard anything from them. Security researchers at CyberNews has hijacked approximately 28,000 printers around the world to show users the importance of protecting printers from becoming easy prey for cyber criminals. To perform this experiment, they used Internet of Things search engines to search for open devices that utilized common printer ports and protocols. After filtering out most of the false positives, they were left with more than 8 lakh printers that had network printing features enabled and were accessible over the internet. Researchers have searched for 3 main categories while hunting for the vulnerable printers. Number 1, device location to cover the entire globe. Number 2, device manufacturer. Number 3, protocols used to access the printers. They created a custom script that was specifically designed to only target the printing process without gaining access to any other features or data stored on the printer. As soon as they launched the script, it began hijacking the printing processes in unsecured devices and forced them to print out the printer security guide. At the end, they managed to hijack 27,944 printers out of 50,000 devices that were targeted, which amounts to a 56% success rate. Taking this percentage into account, we can presume that out of 8 lakh internet connected printers across the world, at least 4,47,000 are unsecured. As we can see, many users and organizations still use internet connected devices without thinking about security. Security Chronicle suggests you on how to secure your printers. Kindly follow these steps. Number 1. Secure your printing ports and limit your printer's wireless connection to your router. Number 2. Use a firewall. Number 3. Update your printer firmware to the latest version. Number 4. Change the default password. CertIn has issued advisories for MongoDB and Google Chrome. Severity for both the advisories are rated as high. Let us take you through the first advisory on MongoDB. MongoDB is vulnerable to a denial of service due to a flaw tracked as CVE 20207923 in the query subsystem supports for Junior. A remote, unauthenticated attacker with authorization to perform database queries could exploit this vulnerability by issuing specially crafted queries. Successful exploitation of this vulnerability could allow the attacker to cause a denial of service condition on the targeted system. Solution to this vulnerability is to upgrade to the latest version of MongoDB 4.5.1 or later from the website. Second advisory on Google Chrome says that the vulnerability exists in Google Chrome due to boundary error in Swift shader. A remote attacker could exploit this vulnerability by creating a specially crafted web page on the targeted system. Successful exploitation of this vulnerability could allow the attacker to execute arbitrary code on the targeted system. Solution to this vulnerability is to apply appropriate security updates from Google as soon as they roll out in coming days or weeks. Kindly follow the updates on the following site. Security researchers at Group IB, a threat hunting and intelligence company, has discovered a financially motivated attacks carried out by some newbie threat actors. The attackers use Dharma ransomware and a mix of publicly available tools to target companies in Russia, Japan, China, and India. The hackers typically demanded a ransom between 1 to 5 Bitcoin. Threat actors find victims by scanning IP address ranges on the internet for exposed remote desktop connection. Their tool of choice for this stage is Maskin, an open source port scanner. Next, they launch a brute force with NLBrute, a utility that tries a list of RDP passwords in an attempt to find a combo that works. Once they get the access, they sometimes try to elevate privileges by exploiting an old vulnerability, CVE 2017-0213 in Windows 7 through 10. Researchers learned about this new group in June during an incident response engagement at a company in Russia. Based on forensic artifacts, they determined the attacker to be a Persian-speaking newbie hackers were behind a new wave of Dharma distribution. Interestingly, the threat actors likely didn't have a clear plan on what to do with their compromised networks. Once they establish the RDP connection, they decide on which tool to deploy to move laterally. For instance, to disable built-in antivirus software, the attacker used Defender Control and your uninstaller. Further evidence that the operation is the work of script kiddie from Iran comes from search queries in Persian to find other tools necessary for the attack and from the Persian language Telegram channels providing them. The number of victims compromised by the threat actor remains unknown, just like the path that led the threat actor to Dharma ransomware as a service operation. The pandemic exposed a great number of vulnerable hosts, with many employees working from homes, and the vector became increasingly popular among cybercriminals. Therefore, the default RDP port 3389 should be edited by changing it to any other. As the attackers usually need several attempts to brute force password and gain access to the RDP, it is important to enable account lockout policies by limiting the number of failed login attempts per user. One of the India's most popular travel booking platform, Rail Yatri, was left exposed without adequate security measures and subsequently suffered a significant data breach that exposed all production servers information and led to loss of over 43 GB of data. The affected Elasticsearch server was left publicly exposed without password protection or encryption for several days, which meant anyone with the server's IP address could have gained access to entire database. The exposed servers was found by a team of researchers led by Anurag Sen at Safety Detectives, a cybersecurity company. They discovered the server vulnerability on 10th August 2020 after became exposed on the internet on 9th August 2020. 3 days later, on 12th August, their team reviewed the data and the server became the target of a Mio bot attack, leading to the deletion of almost all server data. The database contained more than 37 million records, including log files. The Safety Detectives team noted that it had more than 7 lakh unique email IDs along with other info such as full names, phone numbers, addresses, email IDs, unique payment interface ID and ticket details. Furthermore, the database had partial information of credit and debit cards possibly used to book tickets and location info of users through live tracking of trains. Researchers informed the affected company as soon as practically possible. Failing to receive a reply regarding the data breach, then their team reported its findings to the Indian National Computer Emergency Response Team, CERT-N. The information stored in Rail Yatri server can reveal a lot about a person, including their address and travel plans. This can be used by attackers or malicious actors to create targeted hacks for these people. So Security Chronicle suggests our viewers, if you are the user of Rail Yatri, then immediately change your passwords and delete your financial and important information on the platform. That's all for this week. Hope the bulletin will really help you in understanding the things happening in security arena, and you can make yourself safe and secure with these cyber incidents. Keep watching our videos and do not forget to like, share and subscribe this channel. Thank you for watching. Till then, stay home, stay safe, see you soon.